Luthando, I think this is our first proper introduction. My name is Frank.
Yeah.
I'm with the Bitcoin for Humanity team. I have a couple of things that I want to know. First of all, introduce yourself.
My name is Luthando from South Africa. I was working as a safe coach for the Safer Kids. Then in 2020, we did struggle to find some donation to run the project because of the COVID. So Herman was in Bitcoin since 2013. So he was the one that know about what's happening around the world, like Bitcoin Beach, what Bitcoin Beach is doing. So he did introduce me to Bitcoin in 2021 on July, and then like in August we did open a Bitcoin circular economy, Bitcoin Ekasi. So like what I was taught, like Bitcoin is a scam. Like everyone in the township, they think like Bitcoin is a scam. That's what I was knowing about Bitcoin. It's a scam. So he did give me a task that I have to onboard shops to the township to accept Bitcoin as a payment. So I was walking around in the morning trying to onboard shops, trying to find shops, but I was struggling to find shop owners because shop owners, they are not always in the shop. They hired people to be in the shop. So I have to go to the Safer Kids, and then later on after work, I have to go again looking for the shops until 11 o'clock at night. I was fighting with my girlfriend. Like he thought like, oh, this guy is cheating now because I come at night at home. I was trying to
Shady.
explain, yeah. I was trying to explain to her, no, I'm trying to find shops. I want this Bitcoin Ekasi thing work because like I would end up using my job if it's not working. So I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to find another job because job opportunities in South Africa, they are very scarce. So it's hard to find work in South Africa.
What has been the most challenging situation that you guys faced when developing this circular economy? What has been the biggest challenge?
Like what I can say, the biggest challenge is to find merchants to accept Bitcoin as a payment. Because many people in South Africa, they think like Bitcoin is a scam. But I was using a tool, Bitrefill. Bitrefill, yeah. So like I was demonstrating to the merchants, okay, I can buy you airtime. So you can't buy airtime with a scam. So is when I get merchants, and then like I have to do some exchange, like Bitcoin to our currency. So just to show them, okay, you can exchange if you want rent to restock, and then you can exchange. Also, the biggest challenge we did recently have, we do have shacks, the one that we paint Bitcoin logos, and then we pay those guys like 7,000 sets weekly. But we did give the guys like some strategies that they have to clean around their shacks so they can be able to receive sets from us. So I did receive a threat to some of the owner of the shacks that is gonna sue me, is gonna report to the government. So I did explain that to the guy, no, we don't receive money from the government. Government has nothing to do what the work we are doing for them. So we did come again with another strategy that the guys they have to clean, and then they have to go to our Bitcoin Ekasi Center to learn about Bitcoin. Because most of them, they don't know what Bitcoin is. Since we started the project in 2021, and then we started the project to pay the guys like sets every week in 2022. So they don't know what we are doing exactly. So, and then like I did go to meet a local councillor just to explain to him that, okay, what we are doing now, like these guys, they have to clean around their shacks, and then we pay them like monthly now. We just give them monthly.
Okay, and where did La Bitcoineta fall into all this process that you guys had? I know you have one of the best looking Bitcoineta. I mean, no this to any of the other ones, but it's very unique with the horns and stuff. So, like how do you came up with that idea?
Oh, okay. Like at the beginning, like I used to drive an old Ford Pandam with the stickers, with Bitcoin Ekasi sticker in the Safer Kids. So the guys from La Bitcoineta here in Argentina, they did say, oh, this guy is not giving like great attraction on it. So we need to find something that they will just attract more attention So they did sponsor us with a car. We did able to buy a car with Bitcoin on a dealer. And then like another guy is working for us. He say no, he's gonna brand the car. He's gonna brand the car. And then the idea of putting the horns on that car, we didn't have that idea of putting the horns on the car. He's friend of that guy, and then he say no, I do have a good horns in my house. Maybe you can put that also in the car. And then like we just painted the horns and then orange and then yeah.
Like no one just comes up with that. It has to
No.
be coming from opportunity
Yeah,
alone.
yeah.
But you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and because like the reason like of that car, like it attracts more attention. Many people they like the first time like driving that car, many people were looking that car. Even when I'm driving the street, people they were like, what car is this one like? And then like there's no car like that one in Mossel Bay where I'm staying.
Yeah.
That car is very amazing.
That's lovely. That's lovely. So, what are you guys doing currently? What's the plan right now with the Bitcoin Ekasi circular economy? Like, how has it been since we wrote the book? Can you give us an update on that? How's it going? Has it developed? Do you have more merchants adopted ever since?
You guys, you did help us with the book. So what we did with the book, like we did print more copies of the book. So like we every time the books are on our thrift shop, like we're selling the books. So like just 21,000 sets, it's not so expensive. So every visitors they want to see what we are doing. Maybe some other people like they're interested to open their Bitcoin circular economy. They just go to our thrift shop and then they ask the book, can I buy the book? And then we just say, okay, you can buy the book with 21,000 sets. There's no problem about that. And then most of the people, they are getting their Bitcoin circular economies about the book. And also like we have more shops than before. And also like we gonna sell like a lot of book in the conference next year, Adopting Bitcoin conference. We are planning to build a Bitcoin Ekasi support center from next year March. So we'll educate more people, and then people from the township, they will start believing that what we are doing is very legit. And also we're gonna help the community with the center.
So let's talk about that. Now that you mention it, how do you deal with a community that it's so scared of scams that even when you present something that it's so genuine, so hopeful, that brings you real change, and they're still against it for some reason? How do you tackle that, and what do you know to give up?
What we are doing at the moment, like we have monthly movie nights,
Yeah.
and then we invite the residents from the township to attend the monthly movie night. And also we play like different movie, like Bitcoin education movies, like our old movies, like of visitors, they go to our Bitcoin circular economy, and then they film that. Most of the people in the township, they don't have access to the mobile data. They are like, they are very struggle. So to showcase those movies to them, like, is very mean a lot. Those people that are attending to our monthly movie nights, like we give them like satoshis, like maybe 50,000 sets per person. Just sometimes like we just count how many people they did come first, and then we give them like little, and then they can be able to spend those sets to the shop that they are accepting Bitcoin as a payment. So it's how we're showing them, okay, this thing is working, this thing is legit. Also, we are putting like the signage board to the shop that they are already accepting Bitcoin as a payment. So like there's no need people to come to my house to ask, where can I spend my Bitcoin? They just saw the signage board to the shops, outside the shops. So they just go to those shops, yeah.
So how has it been your experience with the surf industry, and what has the surf industry done for the circular economies?
What we do at the moment, like we do some events, and then we invite some local surfers to join our event, and then also we give prizes with Bitcoin. And then we give checks, like we just demonstrate like, okay, you're gonna win like 10,000 sets. If you come first place, maybe you're gonna win like 10,000 sets. Like also we take our lab connector to those events. We just park our lab connector there. And then it's
you
how also,
park it there and it's just like, I'm here.
Yeah, and then people like they'll say,
Hey,
"What?"
ask questions.
Yeah, ask questions
Yeah.
about Bitcoin. And then the parents of the kids, the one that they're going to participate, and then they're gonna have questions as well. Okay, what is Bitcoin? And then we start our conversation there about Bitcoin. Yeah.
That's very good. That's very good. Definitely. I think going from the sports perspective, it's always good to kind of lower down the defenses, right? Especially from the parents. If you're talking to their kids and you're educating them on something, and then you have them at home talking about it, it kind of brings the defenses a little bit lower. So that's a very good work that's been done. So, Luthando, I think that's it for me in terms of questions. I'm gonna give you the opportunity now. Look at the camera. Tell us, how can we learn more about Bitcoin Ekasi? Where can we follow you guys on social media? Do you have anything upcoming events? Talk about anything you want to talk to the camera.
If you want to support us to be able to build our Bitcoin Ekasi Center, you can visit bitcoinekasi.com support. And also, if you want to follow us on X, you can just search Bitcoin Ekasi. And Facebook, we do have Facebook. You can also visit us on Facebook and start following us.
Thanks so much for your help.
Yeah.
Amazing.